You still need it.
Hello and welcome back to Can You Survive All-Stars? Yet again, I am here at Tribal Council, and we are moments away from kicking off not a double tribal council, two tribal councils in a row. First up will be the Red Dorso tribe, and second up after them will be Gawler. We will run it all at the same time. We will have 2 tea times where I walk off and we have our little chat discussions, and you will want to keep it locked here the entire time. So just waiting for Dorso to file on in, and we will be heading out shortly. Host Cam just setting the ambiance behind me, lighting all the torches. And any moment now, Red Dorso will be filing on in. All right, for those just joining us, we are here at Tribal Council awaiting the Dorso tribe. They will be filing on in shortly. This will be back-to-back tribal councils all in the same up. Dorso, second up, Gawler. So here come the Dorso players. We have Ned, Barry, Nina, Ben, Alicia,
They're coming.
and a couple more stragglers. These players settling on in. They were just here this morning, so they're, they know the drill. All right, and rounding out the Dorso tribe, we have Kelsey, Albie, and Bobby.
All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Barry, we'll start with you. So obviously the big reveal of the banishment twist. You have this second immunity here at this tribal council, but it comes with a big decision after tribal council. How much of what was done in the strategy field centered around the fact that you have this power coming up?
I wouldn't say it's the majority, but it was a consideration and was spoken about.
Okay. Very cagey. Ned, I think it was, interesting what Francis was discussing at our last tribal council in terms of there being some groups or pairs here, and there are singles still remaining on this tribe, namely, yourself, Alicia, Ben, who do not have kind of a member from their season. Do you feel like that inspired you at all, or was that kind of something you had already discussed and made a decision about beforehand?
Yeah, I think this season is all about relationships. There are sort of obvious relationships, like the ones you point out. Kelsey, Nina, and Bobby got a chance to play this game together. Albie and Barry got a chance to play this game together. And so when you're playing, it's easy to take those into account and they can factor into the decisions. I think it's relationships under the surface that scare me more than that. This is not an infinitely sized community, and so season number, not that it's irrelevant, but I disagree with Francis's analysis respectfully about what is going on here, and it's just as simple as pick off the people who are singles.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, Albie, that's a really good point. I mean, it's hard to fully address the underlying relationships that are here that aren't just season based. So how do you go about parsing that? I mean, did you come in and having done your research, or are you still learning things as you go about, oh, I didn't know this person knew this other person, or they had this connection that I wasn't aware of?
I think if you're an all-star, you did both. Like, you definitely have an idea of where people come from and what games they've played, and you kind of piece things together. So that definitely influences things, especially where, with the twist of banishment, like you're going to be on different tribes. I would hope that people on here would be loyal to me because they started on my tribe, but who knows if they know somebody better from a different tribe, they could easily change on you. So that all goes into decision making for sure.
Yeah. Bobby, with your name thrown out at the last tribal council, do you feel like you were doing extra duty this time, damage control, or do you feel like you knew that was coming anyways and kind of already had your group in mind?
So I was very clear with everyone right after that vote that I trusted all of them entirely. So that's, I had no paranoia about that last vote. I knew she was going to throw it my way. I knew all of them had my back. So I didn't feel like I had to do that scrambling. Unfortunately, because of that, right? You got to start with a name somewhere. My name was out there. I don't think I did any more scrambling than any other time, right? I didn't start getting desperate or anything along those lines, right? I got to stay calm. Um, but it definitely played a little bit of a factor, right? In terms of who I was then trying to talk to and make some decisions on.
Yeah. Kelsey, I mean, the other thing that Francis was discussing that I thought was pertinent was, oftentimes these games you have a unanimous vote and everyone feels great. I've found my group, but the next vote again is unanimous. How do you avoid being that next person that's cut off, that next onion layer? Like, how do you see through and feel confident that you're in the true inner group and not just going along with a group decision to be cut easily later on?
Yeah. I think there's not really anything you probably can do after a vote like that. Like it probably more so depended on where you were at before that unanimous vote within the onion layer. And so, I think when it's unanimous like that, I don't know. Maybe you should restate your question, or maybe I answered it. I'm not sure.
I think you did answer it. It's hard to tell. I mean, do you feel confident that you're higher up in that, pecking order than maybe Francis would imply for the next person?
Right. I think, yeah, obviously, like she said, that it was both of our names out there as of last night when we thought we were going last night. So that wasn't fun by any means, but like Bobby said as well, I felt like pretty decent, or not, I shouldn't even say decent. I felt very good that I was okay. Of course, I was trying to make it seem like I didn't feel okay. That way it's not making it obvious to like her that it's her. But um yeah, I feel good about the relationships that I've made so far.
Ben, was anybody pitching to Barry about suggestions on who to banish? Like, are people looking already beyond that and kind of pitching ideas or even pitching themselves? Like, hey, I wouldn't mind going over there and having that control.
We anticipated what banishing might mean last night and kind of did a randomizer and very selected Albie as a person to banish. I doubt that is going to continue today. I think that was kind of a silly prediction. I think Barry has a lot on his mind. I don't think I don't think there were many pitches on like who to send. I think we respect Barry as a decision maker in our tribe, and I think he has an important decision coming up.
I don't envy him.
Yeah. I mean, Alicia, like, how would you approach it if you were the captain? Like, take me through like your thought process, how you would approach that decision.
um, I feel like it would be a relationship based decision. I would kind of try and think through who's on the tribe that we're banishing to. And it might benefit some people to be banished so they can, connect with people there or reconnect with people there and start developing their game. So I think I would approach it very much from like the lens of relationships and who it could potentially benefit.
Okay. Yeah. Nina, I mean, in terms of the season 2 folks being like the largest group in this tribe, did you feel like you needed to do anything to kind of dissuade people or reconfirm other connections that, it's not just a solid type trio?
I don't view us as a trio, so it doesn't even cross my head, honestly. So if it's intimidating for some people, then that is that.
Okay.
That sucks.
So if we're not kind of going by season or season lines, do you feel like a different line is being drawn in the sand here at this tribal?
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe.
Tantalizing. Unless anyone else has anything else to say.
I'm not sure I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Wait, oh, I
Do
do.
you want to ask anyone specifically?
I do know what's going on.
I think so.
Okay, maybe I do.
A lot being said in that stare.
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like there was last minute stuff, and now I'm a little confused.
I think you know what's going on.
Okay. Getting reassurance from
Can-
a few people.
Because he's banishing somebody.
Okay, I just tried to ask, and I didn't get confirmation. Should I get up? I don't know. I'm so sorry.
I don't know who you wanna
I
talk
thought
to.
I knew what was happening, and then I did it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you content with the confirmation you got?
I feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Everyone feel ready to vote? All right. Well, yeah. All right. Let's get to the vote then. Ned, we'll start with you.
All right. And with that, away we go. All right. We are heading on over to the tea time area now. For those joining us for this tribal council, and we're not here this morning, we are going to head off out of earshot of the players. And we are going to talk about everything we just heard. And I do think I see a player near my thing. All right, let's see. Hey, Allison, this is uncouth.
Yeah.
But there's players strategizing right there. Would you mind just making sure they're away from this so they can't hear me? Thank you. Sorry, we're still working out who can go where and do what. Yeah, so sorry, y'all. Okay. What a crazy tribal. I'm just gonna try and rather than wait 1,000 years for players to go away farther from this area, I'm just gonna talk quietly, so hopefully y'all can still hear me well. I'm so sorry. If you can't, just like let me know. But if you could get yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so first of all, I have to tell you everything that's happening right now with that tribe before you even unpack that tribe because that was crazy. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so Dorso, I'm gonna give you the super quick, super crazy breakdown. So um okay, so one alliance has emerged called the it's like the season 1 and 2 players alliance. I'm dubbing them like the old school alliance because they were the first two seasons of Can You Survive? And that would be Nina, Albie, Bobby, Kelsey, and Barry. Nina is feeling good about that alliance, and I think that's why when she said like, "Oh no, I don't view us as a group of 3 season 2 players," it's because she views them as a group of 5 season 1 and season 2 players, which is like technically correct. Well, there is trouble in paradise with that season 1 and season 2 alliance, as you guys kind of heard. So basically, they did a mock like banishment game last night. I don't know how that's fun or not. But you know, you get bored out here and why not? So, um, and like I think Ben said, Albie was the one that got banished in this like mock banishment game thing. And so Albie is now worried that he is a target. And he has every right to be worried because even though he is in an alliance with Barry, with the season 1 and season 2 alliance, and also a separate alliance with Albie, Barry, and Alicia, Barry is actually targeting Albie, but pretending he isn't. So Albie is a target this round by Barry. Barry's pretending to be close to Albie, but he wants to blindside him at this vote and has been putting some things in motion. But in the meantime, he's claiming to Albie that if they vote out Ned, that they'll vote out Ned and then banish Ben to the other tribe, or they'll vote out Ben and banish Ned. So he's like, don't worry, Crosshair's farther away from you. But no, and so Albie is right to be sus of it. Speaking of Barry, he is the captain, so he is safe, and he's super close to Nina. And yeah, super close to Nina. Let's see. There's so much, y'all. Okay, so circling back to Albie. Albie is kind of between the season 1 and season 2 alliance and an alliance of Albie, Alicia, and Ned. And if that group goes together, they would Alicia, Albie, and Ned would target Bobby. So the yeah, so Bobby's name is out there. He is on the dropping block as he like kind of knew. And he's now like worried, and Bobby is now worried that like the season 1, season 2 alliance isn't as tight as he thought. Um, Speaking of the season 1, season 2 alliance, everyone seems to have a different idea of what the plan actually is. Nina thinks that that group is gonna be targeting Ned, which will give Ben an idol for the predator prey advantage, and then they would like either flush the idol or just like vote out Ben. Meanwhile, Kelsey in that same season 1 2 alliance thought going into this the reverse. So she thought they would vote out Ben and then flush the idol that Ned would have and then vote Ned out. So perhaps that's where some of that confusion came from, where she was like, okay, is it Ben or is it Ned? Like, which one are we doing and then which one are we doing later? Kind of a deal. Which I could understand her confusion. Let's see. Meanwhile, Kelsey is super sus of both Barry and Albie and paranoid and actually thinks that it's her because she's worried that they're lying to her about like who the targets even are of like Ben, Ned, Ned, Ben. So she's picking up on some lying. She might be picking up on the lying that Barry is doing to Albie. So I don't know. Maybe she's feeling like vibes are off and it's right, but for maybe the wrong reasons. I'm not sure. Um, let's see. Let's go to the Ned and Ben side of things because we haven't talked about them yet. Ben is in fact a target, as we heard, but he's not too concerned about it, and he's like nervous, but he's not too worried. Ned is also worried about being a target. He wouldn't be mad if Ben went home and he got the idol and then got banished. Kind of maybe hoping for that outcome. And Ned does know that he's also a target, but he thinks that he's like low on the list. Meanwhile, he's one of like 2 big targets and has been for several rounds for like that season 1, season 2 alliance. So, yeah, so basically almost everyone on this tribe is a target. Our targets are currently Ned, Albie, Bobby, Ben, and Kelsey. So if you're keeping track, that's 5 of 8, which is amazing. Let's circle over to Alicia. We haven't talked about her too much yet. Again, she feels like she's got an alliance going on with Albie and Ned, and also feels like and that they're targeting Bobby or has an alliance with like Albie, Barry, and Alicia and targeting Ned. I don't know. It's who's to say. But yeah, it's crazy. So all right. This has been a long time and I feel like they've probably all voted by now. So let's go ahead and head back. If we're early and that's why. Oh, who is that just came back? Oh, that was Albie. Okay. So it looks like okay, maybe a couple more people to vote. Okay, so we can sit back down. All right. Ahem. Um, yeah, okay, let me see now if there's like anything else. Okay. in case that's not all. Okay, so again, let's just talk about that tribal now. Now that we've gotten all of the groundwork. Um, yeah. Oh, I think Ben thinks that he's working with Bobby and Kelsey as well. Like this is such a mess. But anyway, so let's talk about the uncertainty Kelsey expressed at the end of that tribal and made it like, I'm not gonna say it's a live tribal. It's like I don't know, like a dream state tribal, like a coma tribal. It was like not, it was not live. It wasn't dead, but it wasn't alive. So I don't know, maybe a coma tribal. So if you remember, Dorso took their time entering in to this tribal, and Kelsey was one of the three that was lagging behind. So I wonder if there was like some confusion she was trying to sort out then, but didn't really get clarity, and then perhaps was like listening in on, the tribe answers, and maybe not getting what she like thought was like maybe she was hoping for some clarity there and then didn't get it. So yeah, I officially have no idea what's going on as far as who is going out, but I do think we'll definitely draw alliance lines no matter which way it goes, because I think everyone is being told everything and everyone is um yeah, everyone is like stressed and nervous. Oh, I'm seeing a weird dotted line I did. I know. Oh, Nina is in fact hoping to target Ned, which I think I talked about. So yeah. Okay. All right, let's go back and find out what's gonna happen. A 1 in 5 chance of being right. Those 5 targets. So, all right, let us see. I'm gonna turn y'all back around as we head back into tribal here. All right. Entering back into the tribal council area. Looks like the last player voting now. So we're a little early. Bobby, the last player to vote in this round, taking his seat. And now everyone is awaiting the vote. Since we're still in early days, we'll just go ahead and give a refresher of who is here on this Dorso tribe. We've got Bobby, Kelsey, Albie, Ben, Alicia, Barry, Nina, and Ned. All right, I see Cam in the distance with the voting urn. So back he comes.
All right. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play one, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I'll get to the votes. First vote, Ben. Second vote, Ned. Third vote, Bobby. Fourth vote, Bobby. That's 2 votes Bobby, 1 vote Ben, 1 vote Ned. Fifth vote, Ben. We're tied 2-2. Sixth vote, Ben. Seventh vote, and the next member voted out of Can You Survive All Stars, Ben. That's 4, that's enough. can grab this switch.
All right. Y'all are some great players. I think this was not the relationship you needed to vote out. There's some better players sitting next to you, but I've won my way back into the game before, and I'll do it again. Good luck with your idol, man.
Do it, Ben.
Please.
Well, sorry to say, but the tribe has spoken, Ben. As you mentioned, you will have a chance to rejoin the game.
Do I go?
You'll go that way. Thank you, Ben. All right, Dorso. It's 2 people in a row that have said that you're voting out the wrong relationship. So we'll see if you made the right decision. We'll have you exit this way, and we'll bring in our next tribe.
All right, you heard host Cam. We are moments away from bringing you the second tribal council of this round. The Orange Gawler tribe waiting in the wings and should be coming in momentarily. Keep it locked here because we will, of course, ask Gawler questions and then go have a tea time once again.
Thank you.
Oh my lord, I'm so excited to go back through my crazy map and see like where those votes going meant players were. To me, at first glance, I'm like, oh, perhaps the season 1 and 2 alliance held, even though it seemed like everyone is sketched out by everyone else. So fun. All right. In comes the Dorso tribe. Oh, Ale asking if they banish someone right now. No. So we will be doing 2 tribal councils in a row. And then once we get to the challenge field for the next immunity challenge, that's when the losing tribes will banish. So they will be, you will be seeing that play out at the beginning of every challenge. So you will not want to miss that because then you will be realizing what the new tribe dynamic is immediately. So yeah, I'm excited. Looks like Orange Gawler is lined up. So we'll just, oh, I meant to flip it back to them, but I flipped it back to myself. That's my bad. All right, and Cam leading the players on in, escorting them to tribal council. So entering now the Orange Gawler tribe, we've got Jordan, Alan, Isaiah, Taylor, Angela, Brianna and Kaylee, and Dylan.
All right, Gawler.
Don't go to me first.
Welcome back.
I'm just gonna pretend like Morty fans. I was on on.
Alan, we'll start with you.
Great.
At the last tribal council, you mentioned multiple people had told you they were voting for you. You were worried, obviously, that it was your name going home. Ended up not being that case. Were you putting on a smoke screen at tribal, or do you feel like people were putting on a smoke screen with you before tribal?
You know, maybe a little bit of both. I mean, knowing that my name was a potential decoy is nerve-wracking. So I definitely was being genuine, and I wanted everyone to know that, you know, my genuine feelings for them was nothing but positivity and love. But to also sell to Waylon that I knew it was probably going to be him. Maybe it was a little bit of smokescreen just in case he had something to play. And knowing I was the decoy, I was going to be the one going home. So there was a little bit of both for sure.
Okay. Angela, that was a fellow member of season 1, someone who you were obviously, visibly aligned with in that season. Do you feel like that was a relationship you're happy is out of the game because that was dragging you down, or something that you're disappointed about losing?
Well, now maybe yeah, because now my name's up there. But honestly, Waylon and I didn't really connect as much this season. That's why I was very honest last tribal and saying that the connections that I've made here were really
where I was putting my weight behind as far as carrying forth. Um, I might regret that a little bit now because I think he probably would have been somebody that was on my side where I think I was putting trust in people that I thought would help me. And I don't really know if that's the case now.
Okay. Kaylee, do you feel like people's past reputations are, causing how people are interacting with, or do you feel like people are truly just approaching it from how everyone's been acting over the last few hours?
Yeah, funny you should ask. We had a very interesting fireside chat this morning about everyone's prior relationships and who knows who and what do you know about everyone else. So it was really good to kind of air some of that out and understand like who to be wary of. We knew this banishment twist was coming in some shape or form. So we started to talk about that. I want to think that I can believe in the authentic relationships that we've built so far over the last 48 hours. And I want to believe in that even more than anything I had heard about anyone beforehand. I believe in my firsthand knowledge more than what someone says about anyone else.
Yeah. Okay. Taylor, obviously this is all stars and challenge strength isn't necessarily something that you're most focused on when voting. You have alliances, you have, strategic threats out here. But at the same time, this tribe has struggled to win, and we're in a phase of the game where two tribes are coming back here over, again. So, are you approaching, this with, hey, we need to stay strong. We need to try to actually win a challenge.
There's so many things in play because you also have the banishment also. So technically the tribes are losing 2 people essentially, even though they're not losing a body. And that's just adding a level of chaos where, you're talking about the banishment, but then you got to talk about a vote out. And this tribe we have our strengths and like our weaknesses. Like we won 3 yesterday, like 3 different challenges. So we know we're capable of doing that. It's just it kind of sucks to not be able to get that opportunity, when it matters. But this is only the first immunity challenge of the day. Like, was it the first one? Did we have a no?
No, it's right.
This
It's
is the
right.
first one. So I think there is an opportunity, if I'm here because also my name is out there, to rally and to win.
Okay. Jordan, I think Taylor brought up a really good math point about the banishment twist. Effectively, you are losing 2 people. You're losing the person you're voting out, and then someone's being banished from this tribe. So, depending on where you are in that pecking order, your spot coming up next might be a lot quicker than you think. So, how are you kind of approaching that, making sure you're insulated in this group?
Yeah, I mean, it's a two-way street because if you do get banished, you get 1 round of safety, which might be enough to find the cracks on the other side. But also, again, we're just a very tight-knit group. We all really respect and like each other. So it's like you also kind of want to stay in this group. So I think it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. And you can't even decide who's going to be banished because no one truly knows what the outcome is going to be until this is over, this vote. So we'll see.
True, yeah. I mean, you can't look too far ahead. But in terms of going to the other tribes, something that's been a little unique about this season is that we've given you somewhat free reign to interact with the other tribes on the challenge field. We had you have the opening party here, so you are mingling a good amount with the other tribes. Is there anyone, Isaiah, that is, maybe asking to be banished so that they can go be with someone else on another tribe? Or are you thinking of that as part of the strategy going into it?
So first question, no one is asking to be joining Red. We've quoted them as like the scary tribe. There's a lot of like heavy hitter game players, like they're scary. So no one's been asking. Has it been obviously a talk of like, for example, and I'm obviously not the one deciding like Dylan is, but talking to Dylan, I think that is something probably that's going through his head is okay, who am I sending over there to the scary tribe? What's gonna benefit Gawler in the long run as as a unit is the person that he's going to piss that person off? Are they gonna even have anything to stand on over there? That's also something that's kind of trickling down to us because that person is connected to us, whether game or connection as getting to know them as a human. So yes.
Brianna, if Dorso is the scary tribe, what is Gawler?
We're Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
It was a debate for a second, but we've decided we're Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Some people call
We're
it
the
the
heart
Kumbaya tribe, Cinnamon Roll tribe.
The heart track.
I think the Heart tribe. The Lions. I don't
It
know.
can only last so long, though. So how do you balance being the Kumbaya, the heart tribe, with being here, voting people out over and over again.
I think you can still build relationships that are genuine, even if it's voting out. It's part of the game to vote people out, but I don't think that discredits that these can be genuine relationships and friendships, and these people can matter. And so I think that's what we're balancing is like building a genuine relationship while also just each of us are trying to play our best game possible. And I don't think yeah, I just am grateful that we can build those genuine relationships, and for the conversations we've already had, I feel like have been really amazing, and I've been grateful that I got put on this tribe. Very lucky.
Okay. Good answer. Dylan, we'll end with you. A lot, I imagine, weighing on your mind heading into this tribal council. Luckily, you are immune, but you have an important decision coming up.
Yeah.
With people pitching to you, were you trying to make this a group decision? How much was it factoring into your decision of this vote, knowing you're kicking someone off this tribe?
Whoa. I almost want to. I started disassociating like halfway through that question. I hate this power. Would have not won that puzzle if I knew that it would be this. But I think for me, that it is about, I think we have all been pretty adamant that whatever happens, we do want to remain tribe strong. And I think we proved that in our unanimous vote. We've sort of proved that in the way that we've been, and we are also strategizing ways for us to maybe not appear as tribe strong. And so I'm basing my vote off of somebody that I trust that can go over to the other side and do damage and make it back. I'm doing this based off who I think has the best chance of survival on another side.
Interesting. Okay. You're sending someone behind enemy lines.
Yeah, it's like a sleeper cell agent.
All right. Well, unless anyone else has anything to say, we can get to the vote. All right, Jordan, you're up.
All right, and away we go to talk about everything we just heard. All right, I'll just power walk a little so we can get there faster and talk for as long as possible. Okay. Oh my gosh, y'all. All right. So Gawler, the self-described Kumbaya tribe, to me, it's clear that they really do feel really good about each other. So many people just reiterated that in their tribe answers, and I think it was very sincere. So like the Big Love tribe, how cute. So let's get the breakdown of the Big Love tribe. I'm flipping here. All right, so in Gawler, oh my God. Oh, sorry, bug flew in and flew away. Okay, so in Gawler, there are several different like groups happening. There's also 2 named alliances, and I do believe these are the first 2 named alliances in Can You Survive All Stars. So first up, we have the Spread Alliance, which is named after the charcuterie board that the players had at the masquerade party. That is 4 players, and it consists of Dylan, Isaiah, Taylor, and Jordan. Well, speaking of Isaiah, Taylor, and Jordan, they are also in the second named alliance of the season, Team Rocket. And for all those Pokemon fans out there, you'll recognize the name. They bonded over being into Pokemon too, and so that's where that came from. Now, those are the named alliances. And let's see, do I want to confuse you all and go to the other kind? Why not? Let's go. So a lot of overlap, a lot of different groups. So moving over to Alan, who was giving, I think, the performance of a lifetime last tribal, really laying it on thick that thought he was going out. He believes that he is in 2 different groups of 5. So there's what I've designated as like the purple line in my notebook. But basically, one group is Alan, Dylan, Brianna, Isaiah, and Jordan. A second group is Alan, Isaiah, Jordan, and Taylor. So a lot of overlap. I think that means Isaiah Isaiah and Jordan are in all 4 of the groups that I just named, very well insulated. And speaking of Isaiah and Jordan have a secret final 2, with Isaiah expressing that they would love to go to the end with Jordan. Isaiah also has an advantage that I learned about literally earlier this round, which is a banishment blocker. So if Dylan banishes someone and Isaiah has something to say about it, they can play a banishment blocker. And I'm assuming, I mean, context clues, that that it will mean that Dylan will have to pick a different person to banish instead. So yikes, because that could definitely paint a target on Dylan's back, because the person that he would banish would stay and know about it, and then he might create like a second person going away. Now, Dylan, as we heard at Tribal Council, was pitching this as like a almost like, no, we're totally banishing you because like we think that you can win, like, and like come back to us and save. It's reminiscent of like an early Survivor season where everyone was like, no, Ozzy, we're voting you out because we know you can win challenges and get right back in. And Ozzy did not. So while it's a well-intentioned plan, and I'm not sure exactly who Dylan is thinking of banishing, we will, I guess, we'll see. Speaking of Dylan, who is our captain and will be banishing someone, he has been working with Angela. They've been working together, they've been talking a lot, and Angela, who has been described by others as kind of like on the outs, and we heard Angela say, like, well, I thought I was putting trust in the right people, but now I don't know, in past tense, like, I'm not sure who she thought she was close to, or if, again, she's now laying it on thick. But Angela is, in fact, one of the targets for this round. Angela has heard her name, she has heard Taylor's name, and she has been pushing Jordan's name. And the reason that she's doing that is because apparently, I guess, so that tribe was talking about how they were like talking about all their relationships and kind of airing that out to each other. And Angela felt like Jordan was deflecting anytime he was asked about Kendall and not just admitting that they're best friends. He kind of was like, I guess maybe trying to downplay their connection, which is wild because that was their strategy playing when they played season 2 together. Jordan and Kendall were like a secret pair, and Kendall like lied a bunch about her like background, and they pretend they didn't know each other, and they're very like literally everyone knows they're best friends, like in all of Can You Survive alumni, like, so it's literally no secret. So I don't know if Jordan's actually deflecting or if Angela's just interpreting as that, or like I don't really know. So as a result, Angela's targeting Jordan, so Jordan another target here, and has again been working together with Dylan, but Dylan wants to vote for Taylor. Dylan wants to target Taylor. So if you'll recall, Dylan, Isaiah, Taylor, and Jordan were in this spread alliance, and it was described to me by others as a really strong alliance. Psych, clearly not, because if one of them is targeting the other already when it was just made, like, that's not a tight alliance, I fear. Let's see, following the pink swirl. So that's Dylan. Moving over to Kaylee, who we have not yet discussed. Um, let's see. It looks like, okay, so Kaylee has a lot of thoughts. Kaylee's been, really analyzing things, really examining relationships. Um, okay, so Kaylee also wants to target Angela this round, but she is wary of Dylan and would want to target him in the future once he is not captain and is available to be targeted. Um, yeah. Um, I can't read my writing for the rest of it, so that's that on that. Kaylee also is feeling good about Brianna, but thinks that she's gonna have to cut Brianna at some point because she's really good, and oh my god, there's some connection with Kaylee and Isaiah. Oh, Kaylee is worried that she and Isaiah are being viewed as a tight duo. Isaiah didn't mention Kaylee at all, but she's worried that they are perceived as a tight duo. So Kaylee would not mind if Isaiah was banished off this tribe so that that perception did not continue and she was freed up. I feel like Kaylee is definitely playing like not free agent, but like not wanting to like lock into anything too early and keep her options open, which is similar to last round. Um, Speaking of Brianna, who we have not covered, please remember when I last talked to y'all, Brianna was basically in the middle of everything. She had a core 4, and she was pulling in a 5th and a 6th. Well, Brianna thinks that the core 4 is still alive, which I believe she thought consisted of her, Dylan, Isaiah, and Taylor, or her, Dylan, Isaiah, and Jordan. I'm not sure. All I know is that she thinks this. Oh, maybe Kaylee. Maybe she thought Kaylee was now in the 4. Anyway, it doesn't totally matter this round because not a singular soul mentioned being in an alliance with Brianna minus Alan, who thinks that like he's in a group of Alan, Brianna, Isaiah, and Jordan. And okay, so Dylan is heading off to vote. He's the last one, so we'll be wrapping up shortly. But yeah, so speaking of Brianna, Brianna has a final 2 with Dylan. Or I'm sorry, not Dylan. Brianna has a final 2 with Alan. Taylor has a final 2 with Kaylee. Isaiah has a final 2 with Jordan. So there's like, it's like literally round 2 of voting people out, and people are already like, I would go to the end with you. So that's like, so that's that. What a mess. And yeah, what a fun, what fun. So let's go see who ends up voted out. Let's go see who gets their way. Will it be Dylan who wants to vote Taylor out? Will it be Angela who wants to vote Jordan out? Or will it be, I'm looking for who was specifically wanting to target Angela. I think it was, oh, Kaylee. So let's see. No. All right, heading back on into tribal council. We'll like walk a little slower. It looks like Cam now heading on down to count the votes. All right. Dylan taking a seat as the last player to vote. Everyone now waiting. And in comes Can with the votes.
All right. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play one, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I'll get to the votes. First vote, Taylor. Second vote, Angela. It's one each. Third vote, Taylor. Fourth vote, Angela. We're tied again. Fifth vote, Angela. That's 3. Sixth vote, Angela. Seventh vote, Angela. Eighth vote, and the next player voted out of Can You Survive All Stars, Angela. That's enough. That one, yeah.
Great game, Angela. Love you, Ange. Love you, Ange.
All right. As you know, you will have a chance to get back into this game, but I'm sorry, Angela. The tribe has spoken. They don't want you to go. There we go.
Thank you.
I'll take it.
You block it. Where to go? Oh.
Love you.
All right, Gawler. Seems like a difficult decision. We'll find out what Dylan's decision in a moment is. We'll go to the challenge field.
No.
Right here. Challenge.
What a transition.
Wow.
Wait, what did he say?
All right, y'all. We are heading on over to the challenge field. We should be set and ready in, I believe, 5 minutes. Five, yeah, as quickly as possible. So keep it locked here. We should be back in about 5 minutes. All right. See y'all then.